In today's video, I'm going to cover how to connect your QBraille XL with Bluetooth to a Windows computer or laptop that is running JAWS for the very first time. I'll be using JAWS 2019 with a Windows 10 computer, so if you're using a different version of JAWS or Windows, then things might be slightly different, but in general the steps should be about the same. I'll also be using JAWS throughout this video, and we'll discuss how to perform each step using both a mouse and with JAWS. Let's start with my computer and QBraille turned on, but I won't have them connected just yet. When connecting the QBraille XL and JAWS with Bluetooth, we won't need to download or install any drivers since it's already in JAWS. So the first thing I'll do is connect my QBraille to my computer with Bluetooth. To do this, I'll begin with my QBraille in the main menu, and I'll open the connectivity menu by pressing the letter C. Next, I want to connect the Braille part of my QBraille, so I'll press space until QBraille is displaying Bluetooth Braille. I'll press enter, and now the QBraille says Pairing Mode Braille Edge, followed by some numbers related to my specific device. This means my device is open to establish a Bluetooth connection. Next, I'll move to my computer and navigate to Bluetooth and other devices. I could do this by clicking on the Windows icon, or I could press my Windows key on the keyboard and type Bluetooth.
Search box edit. B-L-U-E-T-O-O-T-H.
Bluetooth and other devices comes up as a top option, so I'll just press enter.
Bluetooth, enter, settings, Bluetooth and other devices, add Bluetooth or other device button.
In this new window, I want to add a Bluetooth device, so I can click on the Add Bluetooth or Other Device button, or I could just press enter on my keyboard.
Enter, add a device, choose the kind of device you want to add, Bluetooth button.
A new dialog box opens and gives me a list of options. In this case, I want to select Bluetooth, so I can either click on it with my mouse, or I could just press enter again.
Enter, add a device, make sure your device is turned on and discoverable, select the device below the connect, cancel button.
Now, a list of Bluetooth devices will populate, and when one comes up for the Braille Edge, I'll click on that. If I'm using a keyboard, I'll just press Tab to move into the list of devices.
List box, XBR49X900E.
And then I'll use the down arrow to get to Braille Edge.
Braille Edge 00000.
Now that I'm on Braille Edge, I'm just going to press enter.
Enter, Braille Edge 00000. Done button.
My computer says my device is ready to go, so I know the connection was successful. Now that I have my Braille connected to my computer with Bluetooth, I'll move on to setting up JAWS. If you don't have JAWS open already, go ahead and open it now.
JAWS Professional.
Now, with JAWS open, I'll go to the Braille dialog box. I can get there by clicking Options,
JAWS Context Menu, Options Menu, Basics.
Then go down to Braille,
Voices Submenu, Braille,
and click on that. If I'm using keyboard shortcuts, I can press Alt, then the letter O, then the letter L.
Leaving menus, JAWS version 2019.1907.42 ILM image.
Next, I'll click Add Braille Display. If you're using a keyboard, then press Tab until you get there.
Add Braille Display button. Add Braille Display button. Select Components dialog. List 1 list view. Focus not checked.
In the Select Components dialog box, I could scroll down to Braille Edge and check the checkbox next to this option.
Position. Select Description. Group. Handy text orbit. Checked.
If you're using a keyboard, go ahead and hit the letter B until you get to Braille Edge. Once that's selected, I can use my mouse to click on the next button, or I could just press enter.
Enter. Select the output port. Edit combo. USB.
In the Set Device option dialog box, I'll move to the output port and select a COM port with my mouse, or I could get there by pressing Tab.
Set device options. O. USB. COM3. COM4. Select the set device options dialog.
Once it's set, I could just press enter, or I could click on the next button.
Enter primary device combo box. Braille Edge.
Now I'm in the primary device dialog box. I'll set the primary device to Braille Edge using the drop-down menu.
Open button. Braille Edge. No display. Braille Edge. Set primary device dialog.
Once that's set, I could just press enter or click on the finish button.
Enter JAWS Synthesizer and Braille Manager dialog. OK button.
JAWS will need to restart for the changes to take effect. I'll press OK to close the open dialog boxes.
OK. JAWS Professional.
And then I'll go ahead and close JAWS.
JAWS Virtual Options. JAWS Context Menu. Options Menu. Basics. Leaving menus. Settings. Add.
I'd like to point out though when setting a primary device in JAWS, that JAWS will not always remember this setting when you restart the software. As a result, I'll need to open JAWS and set the primary device again, then restart JAWS. I can do this by opening JAWS by going through the Start menu. So I'll press my Windows key on my keyboard and type JAWS, then hit Enter.
JAWS for Windows. Settings. Add a device. Your device is ready to go. Braille Edge 00000 paired. Done button. JAWS Professional. JAWS Professional.
Now that JAWS is open again, I'll open the General Braille settings. I could get there by clicking Options from the JAWS menu, then moving down to Braille settings, or if I was using my keyboard, I'd press Alt, then L, then O.
JAWS context menu, options menu, basics, options menu, voices sub menu, leave JAWS versions, Braille deactive, Braille basic settings, dialog.
I'll move to the default Braille display with my mouse or by pressing Tab, and choose Braille Edge from the drop-down menu again.
No display, remote access Braille, no display, Braille Edge. Default Braille display, combo box, add Braille display button.
Now that I have this set, I'm going to press Enter to close this dialog box.
Enter, JAWS Professional.
And I'll close JAWS again, going through the Options menu and selecting Exit.
JAWS options, JAWS context menu, options menu, leaving menus, taskbar.
Now, when I open JAWS this time, my QBraille should automatically connect to JAWS. I'm going to open JAWS again now by pressing the Windows key and typing JAWS, then hitting Enter.
JAWS for Windows. Settings. Add a device. Your device is ready to go. Braille Edge 00000 paired. Done button.
Next, let's set up the QWERTY keys to work so the QBraille can work in hybrid mode. Before I move on, I should probably explain what hybrid mode is. So the QBraille XL has two separate modes, hybrid mode on and hybrid mode off. When hybrid mode is off, then the QBraille acts the same as any other Braille display. You will use the Perkins keyboard for navigation, commands, typing, and other things. When hybrid mode is turned on, the QBraille will act as a QWERTY keyboard. This means that navigation will be handled with the arrow keys and tab, and you can use the common keyboard commands directly from the QBraille. To illustrate, when hybrid mode is turned on and you want to close an application, you can press Alt with F4. With hybrid mode off, this keyboard command just won't work. The QBraille uses the function keys on top of the Braille display for Braille and QWERTY pairings. For Braille pairings, use F1 through F6, and for QWERTY pairings, use F7 through F12. Each function key is tied to a device so that you can easily switch between devices. That means if you've already connected the QWERTY part of your QBraille to another device, then the F7 pairing slot is already taken. Alright, back to setup. Next, I want to set up the QWERTY keys so I could use a QBraille like a full QWERTY keyboard. Working from my QBraille with it already connected to my computer and JAWS, I'll press Pair with F7. This will work because I don't have any pairing slots saved in my QBraille. My QBraille now says Pairing Mode QBraille XL, followed by some numbers that indicate it's my device. Moving back to my computer, I'll go back into Bluetooth settings.
Bluetooth and other devices. Add Bluetooth or other device button.
I want to click the Add Bluetooth or Other Device button again. I could use my mouse or I could just press Enter on the button.
Enter. Add a device. Add a device. Choose the kind of device you want to add. Bluetooth button.
This opens the Add a Device dialog box, and I'll click on the Bluetooth option again.
Enter. Add a device. Make sure your device is turned on and discoverable. Select the device below to connect. Cancel button.
Now, a list of Bluetooth devices will populate. This time, I want to click on QBraille, so I'll do that now with my mouse.
QBraille XL 00000. List box. QBraille XL 00000. Done button.
My computer will try to connect, then I should get a notification that Windows is setting up a device, followed by a notification that my device is ready. So now I have both Bluetooth connections between my QBraille and computer established, so I could choose to leave hybrid mode off, but I'd much rather do all my keystrokes on the QBraille, so I'll turn it on. To do this, I'll just hit the Mode button on the QBraille, and I'll get a Braille notification that hybrid mode has been turned on. I could test if hybrid mode is turned on by hitting the Windows key on my QBraille, and if the Start menu pops up, that means hybrid mode is working and my QBraille is ready to go.
Cortana.
If you followed along and the QBraille is working, then feel free to stop the video. But if you find that your QBraille is not displaying Braille, there's a chance you chose the wrong COM port. Let's walk through fixing that issue now. The first thing I want to do is find the right COM port. To do that, I'll open the Start menu on my computer, and I'll type Control to get the control panel up.
Control.
Control panel is showing up as the best match, so I could just press Enter or I could click on it.
Control, Enter, Control panel, search box, edit.
Next, I want to type Bluetooth to search for the Change Bluetooth Settings options.
Bluetooth.
So now I could click on Change Bluetooth Settings with my mouse, or I could press Tab to get there. I'm just going to click on it right now.
Bluetooth, change Bluetooth settings, link. Change Bluetooth settings link. Bluetooth settings dialog. Options page. Allow Bluetooth devices to find this PC checkbox not checked.
In the dialog box, I'll move to the second tab which says COM ports.
COM ports tab item.
Clicking on this gives me some information including a list of devices and what COM ports they are using.
OK button.
I want the COM port that says outgoing or the one that says Bluetooth serial port as part of the name.
This PC is outgoing. COM. List view COM 4. Direction. Outgoing. Name. Braille H00000 Bluetooth serial port.
Now that we know which COM port to use, we're going to want to open JAWS if it's not already open.
Setting JAWS Professional.
With JAWS open, I'll move to the Braille dialog box found under Options. So I could go Options,
JAWS option. JAWS context menu. Options menu. Basics.
then Braille.
Options. Leave JAWS version 2 Braille basics. Braille basic settings. Dialog.
I could also get there with my keyboard by pressing Alt, then O, then L. And now I want to click the Modify Settings button. I could use my mouse or I could press Tab until I get there and press Enter.
Set options for the Braille Edge Braille display. Dialog. Select the output port edit combo. COM 4.
Now I'll move to the Output Port dropdown and choose the right COM port.
COM 4. COM 3. COM 4. Select the output port edit combo. COM 4.
When I have the correct output port selected, I can just press Enter to close this dialog box.
Enter. JAWS dialog. OK button.
And now JAWS is going to want to restart, so I'm going to press OK again.
Enter. Braille basic settings dialog. Modify settings button.
In the Braille Basic Settings dialog box, I'll tab to the OK button or I can click it to close it.
Braille OK button. JAWS Professional.
And now with JAWS, I'm going to press Alt and F4 to close that.
Alt F4. Bluetooth setting.
Now that JAWS is closed, I'm going to reopen JAWS by pressing the Windows key and typing JAWS, then pressing Enter. And now that JAWS is open, your QBraille should be connected just fine. Well, that's it. After you get your QBraille set up to work with your computer, connecting again is really easy. If you want to find out how to do that, or learn more about how to use a QBraille or other great HIMS devices, then make sure to check back often for more videos. Thanks!